Hello. Welcome back to STM Narratives. Before we begin, please comment where you are watching from and the time. In a quiet suburban town where life moved at a leisurely pace, a single act of kindness would soon capture the world's attention. It was a typical Saturday afternoon, sunny, with a light breeze carrying the scents of blooming flowers and sizzling barbecue. The town's main street buzzed with its usual weekend energy, vendors hawking their goods, families enjoying leisurely strolls, and children darting between the adults, their laughter ringing out like music. On this particular day, an ice cream truck parked at the corner of 5th and Main drew a small crowd of eager children. Among them were two boys, Jamie and Noah. They didn't know each other yet, but what happened next would bond them forever. Jamie was a 10-year-old black boy with curly hair and an infectious smile. He had spent weeks saving up his pocket money, eagerly anticipating this very moment. As the ice cream truck's familiar jingle played, he approached the window, ordered a double scoop of chocolate fudge, and stepped aside, savoring the first bite of his well-earned treat. Right behind Jamie was Noah, an 11-year-old white boy with a mop of red hair and a face full of freckles. He clutched a crumpled $5 bill in his hand, his eyes lighting up as he scanned the menu. "Rainbow sherbet, please," he said confidently. But when Noah reached into his pocket to retrieve the money, his heart sank. The bill was gone. He checked his other pockets frantically, but they were empty. Whether it had slipped out during his walk or been forgotten at home, the money was nowhere to be found. I think I lost my money," Noah stammered, stepping away from the window. His face flushed with embarrassment as he waved off the vendor and made his way to a nearby bench, his excitement replaced with disappointment. Jamie had noticed Noah's distress. He hesitated for a moment, licking his ice cream thoughtfully. Then, without a second thought, he walked over to Noah and extended his half-eaten cone. "Here," Jamie said with a kind smile. "You can have mine." Noah's eyes widened in surprise. "What? No, that's your ice cream. You paid for it." Jamie shrugged, his expression casual. "It's okay. I can always get another one next week. You look like you really wanted it." For a moment, Noah was speechless. Then, a grin spread across his face as he accepted the cone. "Thanks," he said softly. "This is really cool of you." Unbeknownst to the boys, their interaction had caught the attention of Mrs. Henderson, a retired schoolteacher and avid amateur photographer who sat on a nearby bench. She had been snapping photos of the bustling street, hoping to capture candid moments of life in the town. When she saw Jamie hand his ice cream to Noah, her heart swelled. She quickly lifted her camera and captured the scene. The two boys, one savoring his newfound treat, the other watching with a content smile. The image, she knew, was special. Later that evening, Mrs. Henderson uploaded the photo to her social media account with a simple caption: "Kindness knows no boundaries. Today, I saw a young boy share his ice cream with another in need. A small act, but a powerful reminder of our shared humanity." Mrs. Henderson's post began to gain traction almost immediately. Within hours, it had been liked, shared, and commented on by thousands. People from all over the country, and eventually the world, were moved by the simplicity and purity of the boys' interaction. "Faith in humanity restored," one commenter wrote. "In times like these, we need more stories like this," another added. News outlets picked up the story, with headlines like "Two boys, one ice cream," and "A lesson in kindness," flooding social media feeds. The boys, who had no idea their moment had been captured, were about to become the talk of the town and beyond. The local news station soon reached out to Mrs. Henderson, proposing a follow-up story. They wanted to reunite Jamie and Noah at the very spot where their story began. The boys' parents agreed, and a week later, the town gathered once again at the corner of 5th and Main. The ice cream truck was there, offering free cones to everyone in attendance. Jamie and Noah met in front of the crowd, their shy smiles quickly giving way to laughter as they recounted their first meeting. "I just didn't want him to miss out," Jamie explained when asked about his decision to share. "It felt like the right thing to do." Noah nodded. "I was so bummed when I lost my money, but then Jamie came over and gave me his ice cream. It made my day." The crowd applauded, moved by the boys' sincerity and the unassuming way they had become symbols of kindness. The story didn't end with the reunion. Inspired by Jamie and Noah's actions, people across the country began performing their own acts of kindness. Social media was soon flooded with stories of generosity, all using the hashtag #ShareTheKindness. In New York City, a cafe started a pay it forward system where customers could pre-purchase meals for those in need. In a small town in Texas, a group of college students pooled their money to buy ice cream for an entire elementary school. Even celebrities got involved. One well-known actor shared Mrs. Henderson's photo with the caption, "A reminder that sometimes the smallest gestures have the biggest impact." Let's all try to be a little more like Jamie and Noah. As their story continued to make waves, Jamie and Noah's friendship deepened. They began spending more time together, discovering shared interests in soccer, video games, and a mutual love of superhero movies. Their families, too, grew closer. Weekend barbecues became a regular occurrence, with the boys often teaming up to tackle household chores or plan their next adventure. The boys learned a lot from each other, not just about their hobbies, but about life. Jamie, always curious, would ask Noah questions about his Irish heritage, while Noah, in turn, would eagerly listen as Jamie shared stories about his family's traditions. The town, inspired by Jamie and Noah, decided to honor their story with an annual Kindness Day. On this day, residents were encouraged to perform random acts of kindness, big or small, and share their experiences at a community gathering in the park. Jamie and Noah were always at the center of these celebrations, often taking the stage to share their story with younger generations. "It's not about the ice cream," Jamie would say. "It's about looking out for each other." Noah would add, "Kindness can start with something small, but you never know how far it'll go." Though their story began as a small-town moment, its impact reached far and wide. It reminded people that acts of kindness, no matter how simple, have the power to connect us all. In a world often divided by race, class, and ideology, two boys had shown that love and generosity could bridge any gap. And so, Jamie and Noah's story lived on, a testament to the enduring power of kindness. It became a reminder that, sometimes, all it takes is a single ice cream cone to change the world. Thank you for watching. If you would like to see more stories like these, don't forget to subscribe.